guys, welcome to Math for Wednesday, and let me explain to you what we're going to start learning. This is the very first day of our very first unit in math, and we are doing place value. You did place value in first grade last year, and it has to do with these blocks. These are like 10 sticks. These are 1 units. These are hundreds. They're called flats. And this year in second grade, we go all the way up to these cubes that are worth 1,000. I wish you were in class right now because second graders are going to get so excited when we get to use these cubes for thousands because those are really big numbers. Now, I'm going to do a very quick review of how we use place value blocks before I show you how I want you to build numbers today. If you are a little confused, if maybe you do not remember how you did that last year, or you're having trouble recognizing that we can put certain numbers of each block together to create another block, I will make sure that you know all of that before we get done with place value. We have tons of learning to do, so this is just a very quick introduction today, and then we will keep building those skills for the next several weeks. All right, first, our smallest unit in place value is always a 1. And they're tiny little cubes, right? And we count by ones. If I'm going to count these, I say 1, and then I can get some more, 2, 3, 4. We count by ones because these units have only the value of 1. Ones are also our smallest unit when we have a place value chart. So here in the ones, we will put little 1 cubes, very similar to this. Then we have tens. Now a 10 stick is worth 10. It's no longer worth 1, so I can't count these 1, 2, 3, because these are not 3 ones, these are 3 tens. So if I want to count 10 sticks, I count by tens. 10, 20, 30. If I put 10 1 units together, so if I have 10 ones, they equal the same as this 10 stick because I could count 10 of these. I could stack up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they would equal the same height as this 10 stick. 10 ones equals 10. When I count 10 sticks, I count by 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and I keep counting by tens. I know y'all practiced that last year in first grade, so you should be really good at counting by tens. Now, tens go next to our ones in the place value chart. They're the next value that we add on. So ones, tens, then we move over to hundreds. And you should have seen hundreds last year, and this block is called a flat. If you look at it, it is flat. And if you can guess, remember, these 10 sticks have 10 ones in it. So this 100 flat has 100 ones in it. So now, if I'm going to count flats, I can't say 1, 2, 3, 4, because these are not ones. I have to say 100, 200, 300, 400, because I'm now counting by hundreds. When I have flats, I am counting by hundreds. You can make up 1 flat with 100 ones, or you can make up a flat with 10 tens. Let me show you. If I count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. If I stack these all up nice and neat near each other, and I have 10 of them, this is equal to 100. Instead of trying to count all the tens, it's easier to count by hundreds, right? 100, 200, 300, 400. Now, the biggest value we go to in second grade is thousands. We go to the thousands place. And thousands are really big numbers. And even though you'll learn bigger numbers later, thousands are pretty big. Now, if you look at this is a cube. So it's no longer flat like a flat. It's a cube. And it's made up of 10 flats. If I count 10 hundreds, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 10 hundreds is equal to 1,000. Now, see how they're all stacked together? Looks very similar to this cube, correct? Now, this cube is made up of 1,000 ones. It's made up of 100 tens, and it's made up of 10 hundreds. You don't have to remember that. It just helps you realize why we are adding bigger place values, because we're able to build these blocks with 10 of the unit before. Now, your assignment today is simply to create 4 numbers that go up into the thousands column. And then you're going to name your numbers at the end. So very quickly, I'm going to model that for you. And then you will click on the Seesaw link that you have on your page today. And when you click on that link, it will take you to a chart that looks very similar to this one. Yours has a column that says number on the end, and you'll write your number there just like I write our number for us. Now, I am going to use today, since I can't glue these, right? It would take a lot of glue to get this to stick to a paper. And you also don't have these blocks at home. So we are going to use, on my chart, we're going to use paper place value blocks. So I have ones, these are units. I have tens, they're sticks. I have flats that are hundreds. And I have cubes that are thousands. And I'm going to model for you how to build a number. When you get to Seesaw, you also will not have actual blocks there to use. You don't have these, right? Most people don't have these at their house. Me neither. You will have blocks that you can drag. So you won't have to draw them. You will just drag, pretend this is on the screen, and you will drag it to your thousand spot. Got it? Now, let me model for you how to build some numbers. All right, since I'm in the classroom, I am going to use a glue stick to glue my place value blocks up on my chart. You will be able to see them. That's why I have our chart standing up here. You at home will not need a glue stick because you probably don't have these. If you do, you can get a glue stick out and glue some on a paper too and practice building some numbers that way. Now, we always, when we are doing place value, we always start with the smallest value. We always start with the smallest value. Now, when we look at a place value chart, remember I told you our smallest value was a 1, remember? It's the teeny tiniest, that's how we know it's the smallest. And it means it's worth the least. A 1 is worth less than 10. A 1 is worth less than 100. And a 1 is worth definitely less than 1,000. We always start with our smallest value. I want you to say it. We always start with our smallest value. Now, I'm going to build a number. We're going to talk about it, and I will show you how to write the number at the end. And then we will do one more together, and then you'll get to practice in Seesaw. Got it? Now, I have my glue stick here. And since we always start in the smallest value, we're starting in our ones column. And when I put ones in a ones column, I always like to put 5 across and then keep adding rows of 5 below. We do that because when we get to addition and subtraction, we use place value, and you'll want to be able to circle groups of 10. So when you put ones, when you put units into a ones place, I want you to put 5 across, and then we'll start another row, and we'll put 5 more if we need 5 more, or however many we need. But there are always 5 in a row. So let me model for you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And remember, when I get to 5, what do? I start a new row. So I'm not going to put any more down here, even though I have another space. I'm not going to do that. I am going to start here because I want to start another row after 5. And I put 1. Now, here are my 1s. You today get to choose as many as you want, but remember, they have to be 9 or less. If you put 10 here, they're no longer 1s, because if I have 10 1s, what do they equal? A 10. So 9 or less. I have 6. Now I'm going to move on to 10s. Today, I'm choosing to glue 2 10s. You get to pick 9 or less. 1, 2. I have 2 10s. I chose to do 3 hundreds. Okay, and then thousands, we only do 1,000 in 2nd grade. The highest number you have to know is 1,200. This number is bigger than that. And if you decide to put more thousands for this assignment, that's okay, because you're just practicing building numbers. When we get to a little bit more difficult assignments and when we get to addition and subtraction, we will never go above 1,200 in 2nd grade. But if you're feeling really extra smart and you want to build some really extra big numbers today with 3 or 4 thousands, go for it. Now, this is a number that has a value and we want to be able to write it. So let me show you how I normally do that. You need to know that once we get 1s, 10s, hundreds, we stop and we put a comma. There's always a comma once we get to the hundreds, and we always start with our smallest value. So we count 1, 2, 3. This will have a comma. Got it? So let me count my 1s. It's my smallest value, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count these 10s. 1, 2. I can count hundreds. 1, 2, 3 hundreds. And I have 1,000. And there's my comma. 1,326 is this number. Because I have to know their values. I can't say 1,326. That doesn't sound right, right? We have to name them by their values. So I have 1,320 with 2 10s and 6. Now, you are not going to be asked to write the numbers below. You have a column on the side that says number in it. So on the number column, you are going to type in your answer that says 1,326. This is the same as these blocks together. This value matches these blocks. You're going to make 4 numbers like that. Got it? Now, if you get confused or whatever, it is okay to have your parents send me a note, or you can ask a question. And we are going to keep doing this. So today, all I want you to do is practice dragging blocks and practice naming your numbers. That's all we need to do today. I hope you have a lot of fun with place value, and I can't wait to see the work you do.